We'll punch through this pretty quickly. There's not many people here, so no birthdays this week, no anniversaries, and no positive recognition. We're at 237 days without a switching incident. Previous best was 869, so we've got a bit of a way to go, but we're going to get there. Got any switching alerts set on night shift, so we don't have anything from him. I don't know if you heard anything come through, Jenny? No. So we got nothing for switching. DS incidents, near misses, hazards. So Ryan's got a few of those.
Right, so these are the enable on events that were reported, and we've got some summary reports for them as well. So first one, we got injured back. So there were two lineys up in an EWP carrying out a load switch installation. One of the lineys was holding up the riser bracket while the other one was trying to bolt it to the pole. Felt okay at the time, but later on back started to get sore throughout the day, and then they were experiencing quite a lot of pain that night in bed as well. So they've reported that. Summary, so they've sought medical assistance. They got reduced work capacity for, it doesn't say the time, but yeah, and
till Friday.
Pain, Friday,
yeah.
And some physio treatment. But it's good because it's led to an investigation on the safe workloads on the load switches to see if we can actually bolt those brackets to the load switches prior to. So yeah, it's a good outcome really looking into something like that as well. So I hope they get better soon. Next one, we've got incorrect item on a switching program. So during switching brief, apprentice noticed that there was an item to open a DF without interrupters. Having a look at the feeder plans that had all the reasons to create ferro resonance, which should require interrupters, so they've raised it and got that rectified during the briefing. So that's a good pickup by the crews, and it just again highlights that switching sheets can go all the way through that process and still miss something. Alright, so keep switched on while you're going through your briefs, because we'll continue to pick these things up and it's helping people out, supporting each other out there in the field. Alright, so yeah, HV operator switched on and tuned in during the switching brief, so it's really good. Next event we've got, which is a 240 volt supply on the mains neutral cable. So whilst attending night shift at the Port Adelaide Airport LED rollout, they were pulling the fuses to replace a double outreach light column. And they tested the power at the base, both sides of the fuse holder, and tested the light head to confirm dead, but power was still at the light with fuses pulled. Alright, so they've carried out the correct testing and still found voltage at the light head. They've got the independent earth out, tested 0 volts on the active, and with the independent earth they've got 240 on the supply neutral terminal block. Alright, so issues there with the neutral. They've disconnected cable neutral to make safe, blue pointed it so it won't come in contact with any live terminals, and attached a do not operate tag, then raised it with their leader to stop work, made the site safe. Perfect. So that's just exactly what you want to do. That's really well done by the crews out site, and just highlights that you're going to come around with these faults all the time. So just test. All right, check yourself, check your mates. And yeah, everything's done right. DNO tag left on there, passed on to the asset owner, which was found to have incorrect wiring by an external party. Alright, so excellent work by the crews on site. Next one, we've got a broken interrupter. So while switching, last item to pull the interrupter out after they've opened that fuse space, the interrupter shattered and all the liquids come out. Alright, we've had a couple of them now. So just go over your heads, go over your interrupters that you're using, make sure you haven't got any fine cracks, they're serviceable, ready for use. Even your fuse heads, the felt on them, I think some of them the felt's been damaged, so that's what was found with this one, the felt's damaged on the fuse head, which is getting metal on the glass then, increased risk of it shattering.
Just on that, everybody, probably not one of the ones here, but I have arranged with Damien, and he's got a big sheet of felt in the dungeon, so when you do have the felt come off of your interrupter or your fuse holder, talk to myself, Damien, any of the 6s or the 8s, and we can get you in the dungeon to get a nice pair of that felt and get it repaired, so you're not doing makeshift repairs and it could potentially lead to these interrupters breaking.
Yeah,
So,
it is just glued on, so it will come off. So it does need maintenance. All right. And lastly, we've had a laceration to someone's hand. All right, so laceration while cutting bushing shield cover was cutting upwards to remove it, and the knife came away, made contact with the other hand, causing a deep cut through the glove and into the palm of your hand and the thumb there. Right, so that person has sought medical treatment. So that was, yeah, stitches, and they're on light duties as well, ongoing at the moment. But yeah, TSW followed all the correct instructions. Unfortunately, it slipped while cutting bushing cover. Some of the key findings: so the knife was blunt, and excessive force was required when cutting. All right, so sharpen your knives if you can. It may not have stopped it from happening, but it will make it easier to control if you don't try to
and just
apply excessive force.
Like Ryan's saying, sharp knife, positioning of your hands, just see, not cutting away from yourself. Don't have your hands underneath the strike points. Just do as much as you can to keep your body and your limbs out of the direction of the blade.
Yeah. The gloves, so we do have cut resistance gloves on stock, but they're cut resistance. They're not designed to stop a blunt force stab, so it did go through the glove. And yeah, TSW was cutting towards themselves, so again, like Josh said, to avoid that, try to cut away as best as you can. Put yourself in a position where you can. If you can't, try to move, sort of protect yourself. And we are looking into acquiring a higher grade of cut resistant glove, just to make that a bit more safe for the future. Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
That's everything I've got.
Thanks, Ryan. Just to touch as well on the back injury one. That was done on a weekend and wasn't reported on the weekend. I think the worker came in yesterday and reported it. It's good to get those reports in as soon as possible. He did the right thing. Probably didn't think it was as bad as it was when it happened, but obviously he slept on it and it's gotten worse, and he's reported it straight away. But even if it doesn't hurt after you've reported it, report it anyway, because it's going to help you later on down the track getting first aid, just keeping a record of when it happened. Alright, just saves us sort of having to investigate, and makes it a lot easier for the person with the injury.
With that injury now and that we've done as well, we've got free physio visits for every year, every calendar year. So if you do have any sort of pain outside of work,
That's in the toolbox coming. That's coming. You can read it.
I'll touch on that now.
Yep.
So yeah, we do. So all employees will receive up to three free visits to a nominated physio for either a work injury. It doesn't have to be a work injury; it could be a non-work injury, and that's in a 12-month period. So how does this work? So you discuss with your manager for the first instance, or work health and safety advisor about wanting physio. Fill out the request form. There's a number to call to make the appointment, and then just send the form back to return to work at sapownetworks.com.au.
So it could be, you could do hamstring in football, you could have sore shoulders, you could have anything. You don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to tell your leader, you don't have to tell your bike, but there is forms, so we can get those forms printed off, but you will only get 3 initially. But if it's a workplace incident, obviously we need that in Enable-On, and we need to follow the right course of action, and they might recommend physio anyway, but this is 3 outside of if you wish to go and get it.
Good incentive,
To keep your body right, we all look up, we all service our cars and all that sort of stuff, but we don't think about, servicing our own bodies and looking after ourselves, because majority of us in the room are males, and we think that we're, superior, and that we won't get injured or hurt. Sorry?
Invincible.
Invincible, that's the word, and yeah, so let's just think about girls and boys looking after yourself and your body, and there's a lot of people out there that once you've hurt yourself, how badly, and it messes with your mind as well. So let's look after yourself, and if there's anything minor, let us know, and we can get action. And if you don't wish to tell us, the forms are here, and come and see me and or Mel, and we can pass them out to you and put you in the right direction.
So just keep that in mind, guys. It's like Matt said, it's a free service. You get free visits. So yeah, if you've got something you want to get looked at, have a chat to Nat.
It's good physios too. I've used it when I saw my father footy and booked it through work. Got the first 3 free, and I still see the same guy now. So it's really good. Different spots obviously, but the one I chose that they've had on there. Yeah,
I think there's about 150 providers across the state, and it's not only just within metropolitan. So yeah, I mean I've been in 6 years, and it's not something that I've heard come across the company that much. So we just looked into it, and it's there, and no one's really using it. Thanks.
Cool, thanks Nat. I've just got had a couple of safety alerts. One of them we've already gone through. The other one was Tonks has got this one. So psychological safety awareness and obligations.
So, our state's work health and safety regulations were amended to include psychosocial risks and code of practice managing psychosocial hazards introduced. These changes provide clearer guidance on how to identify psychosocial injuries and illness hazards in the workplace. Psychosocial hazards can cause physiological and physical harm to our mind and social environments. These hazards can arise from a broad range of causes, including the design or management of work, the working environment, plan at the workplace, or workplace interactions or behaviours. So, a psychosocial awareness and obligations online training module has been developed for all workers. You can access it via your My Learning profile or via the link that's in this. So that will commence on the 27th of May, and the completion required by the end of November this year. Additional training for leaders focusing on the 14 common hazards within the workplace will be run in due course.
Just go to some general depot stuff. So this is for public lighting. So this one's by Justin. So if you've worked on the PAE rollout, can you please check that you've been signing off the lights correctly? We currently have 466 lights completed but not signed off correctly. We also need everyone who worked on the PAE rollout to fire up BlueWorks and sync the program.
There's just some issues with job sign-offs. They're all being signed off. It looks like we're following the program correctly, but at the end of the day, they want us to sync it, and that'll dump all the data back in the SAP. So they're saying that they're complete, but no measuring points. Just creates a couple of small issues with data. So if everybody who has signed off lights, if you open up BlueWorks, hit sync, might dump that data back in the SAP and will solve some of the issues. But there's a Seamus created that Word document. Just follow that. Do your best to solve them off as you can. We'll work through the issues as they come up. But do that sync and follow that document, that'll solve a lot of issues.
What BlueWorks still won't work? I rang him yesterday. I'll be understanding.
Yeah, you've got no intention to get that work.
Thanks, Tony. Just one more thing from General Depot, just borrowing of utes. We have created a whiteboard that's just next to Nick's little desk there. So if you do need to borrow a ute and no one's around, just update the board. We've had a number of times where people just grab a ute that's out there and haven't told anyone, and then the person that ute belongs to starts having a bit of a panic attack, doesn't know where their ute is. You know, that's not right. You need to at least communicate with someone in here, in the office, and let them know what's, especially let Leanne know, let myself, let Nick know, let Ryan know. Yeah, just all it is just a quick conversation. I'm going to take that ute out there if no one needs it, or update the board. That's all we're asking. All right, that's all I had. Anyone got anything around the room?
Yeah, I do. Everyone just make sure their time sheets are always by Friday for end of month. So not for getting paid, but so we can get the numbers right for the group by the end of the month. Is that cool? Everyone? Yep. Thank you.
Cool. All right, thanks everyone.
Has Mao done an intro?
No.
No. Nah, seems so. No introducing Mao.
Mel, jump up on the camera so everyone knows you.
Good on you.
So Mal obviously will be working in the 4 groups. Well, it's really 3 groups now, with obviously with public lighting and distribution being one. So yeah, welcome Mal. He'll be obviously working closely with myself across all the work groups. So if you've got any safety or any health or any issues that we can help you with, you can come to myself or Mal. Yeah, so just Mal's easy to get along with, so just as a lot of you have already found, so and he's got lots of experience, so I'm happy to have him on board. And yeah, so, and we obviously lost Sam passing away in the last week, so bit of a sad time. So just yeah, if I seem a little bit flat at times, yeah, just probably thinking about him and what he brought to the company in the last 6 years, etc. So let's just yeah, get around each other if we need any help and whatever. And it's been great having Mal on board to have a offsider, because I haven't really had a consultant since Sam. Well, I've had Donna, but obviously not around. So and everyone's been really good teamwork and checking in on myself and the others. So make sure that, you know, everyone's got other stuff going on at home, checking on each other. If a bit flat or whatever, just talk. And the best thing for me has been around everyone, to have people to talk to every day rather than sit around and think about things too much. So keeping active. So thank you guys, have a good day, safe day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.